So go ahead and hit the like button, the subscribe button, and share this with somebody you know, or just share it on your social media because we are about to get started.
The enigmatic entrepreneur whose words will make you sure. Know, trust, and believe. The master teacher has come to help you succeed. The gem dropper, the truth speaker, the voice in the universe that will bring you to your highest peak. Welcome to the Get High on Motivation Show with Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator.
The time is now. So pick up and put on your crown. Goodbye to yesterday. Welcome to life eternal.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, love bugs. It is your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator. And this is the Get High on Motivation Show. So welcome back for my love bugs who have been with me for a while. And then if you are a first timer, hi, how are you? Welcome. Let me put on my professional voice and my professional sit up tall self. I am Mimi the Motivator. I am a professional holistic leadership development expert. I help you get from where you are to where you desire to be and get all that crap that's been stopping you from getting there. We get that out of the way, okay? So let's get this popping this morning. Today we are talking about 4 spiritual baths that you can add to your spiritual hygiene so you can raise your vibration, raise your income, raise your results, just, raise the roof, get hype out here, because when you are hype, then that means that hype opportunities are going to come to you. It's called the law of attraction. If we vibing high and vibing good, then good stuff just comes to us so easily that we don't even have to go after anything. We don't have to chase anything. So if you're tired of chasing the money and chasing good experiences, then today I'm hoping that I'll give you something that might sound a little weird to you. And I don't care if it sounds weird to you. Just trust me, trust the process, and do what I say do, and then see what happens. And if it doesn't work for you, then it means something wrong with you. No, I'm just playing. Okay, but food for thought this morning, as always. We always share some food for thought. I love to share food for thought from my tea bag. Don't ask me why, but it always be having something magical on there. So today, this food for thought is for my plant mommies and daddies out there, because they're the ones who are going to probably relate to this more than anybody else. And it says, talking to plants is one way of talking directly to spirit. It's so crazy that we're going to have a spiritual conversation today. I did not plan this, y'all. I just pulled a tea bag out the box, I promise. And it says, talking to plants is one way of talking directly to spirit. Now, that is so many directions we can go with this conversation. First and foremost, we have to remember that if you believe in God or a higher power, source, energy, universe, it has become manifest in so many different forms on this earth. And one of the forms is plant life. Plants are living. They are living. They are breathing. They have emotions. Please trust and believe as a plant mommy. My plants have emotions. They get attitudes when they don't get the attention that they need. You have to talk to plants and stuff like that, okay? But what I know that my people who got fur babies can relate to is sometimes you talk to your fur baby and you know your fur baby understands. Now, they don't say anything back, but they're such great listeners, right? So that's one thing that I know is that my plants are great listeners, because they are the ears of spirit. They are the ears of the universe. So when I think about that now, from now on, and when I go play with my plants when we get off today's show, I'm going to keep that in mind, that when I am speaking to them, that I am speaking to spirit. So if I had a message for spirit today, what would it be? What would I want to say to spirit? And I'm going to speak to those plants in that way. And I want to encourage you to do the same. Now, you don't have to be a plant parent. You can go outside. There's plenty of plants outside, whether it's the grass, the trees, the bushes, some plants around the office. You might walk in the doctor's office today and it's a nice little plant there and say, what's up, boo? How you doing? You looking good today. Okay? Because know that when you are speaking to that plant, you are also speaking to yourself. And you need to hear some good words. And they don't need to come from somebody else's mouth. They need to come from your mouth. You need to hear the good words and the encouraging words from yourself in your own voice, in your own tone. So make sure that today, every plant you see, because today, we're working on 1% better in one area of our life. And so today, I think we're going to work on being nicer, being more empathetic to the plants, because it's going to be us being empathetic and loving to spirit, which means we're being empathetic and loving to ourselves. I love how that works. I love how the spiritual laws always go back to whatever you're putting out, you're getting back. So today we are going to be getting some love back, and we don't know where this love is going to come from. Don't expect for the plant to say, "What's up, boo?" back to you or anything like that. But know that we have an opportunity to sow love into the universe, and not just through people, but sowing love into the earth, into Mother Earth, is an opportunity. Mother Earth is taking care of you. Mother Earth is making sure that you have air to breathe. Mother Earth is giving you a ground to walk on, that's holding your house up. Mother Earth does so much for you that you probably miss it all day, every day. The wind is blowing to carry pollen, to carry things. Come on, all of this is for your benefit, whether you realize it or not. This whole universe was constructed just for you, for your betterment, for your enjoyment. But also that means that you owe it something back. This is a relationship. We have a relationship with Mother Earth, and we need to be sure that we are tending to our relationship with Mother Earth and being nice to Mother Earth while we out here. I ain't saying that you got to be all super green, but be mindful of this earth is the only earth that we have. I don't know too many of us who are buying plane tickets to Mars. So now if that's you, kudos to you. Cheers. But for the rest of us, this is the only earth that we get. And it's the only earth that we're going to have to pass down to our grandchildren's grandchildren's grandchildren. With that in mind, take care of the earth. Take care of the planet. Take care of your plants. So if you got a plant around the house dying, do something with it. What's up, Alpha Female is in the house. That's a real boss CEO out there, y'all. Look her up on Instagram, Alpha Female 717. She will lay it into you. She's beautiful, she's sexy, and she's been on this show as well. So check her out. I want to go ahead and just pour right into today's conversation. Let me get a sip of this tea, and let's talk about these 4 spiritual baths that we can take. So I know we take baths. I'm sure y'all take baths or showers. A lot of times when you say bath to somebody, they're like, I don't get in the bathtub. Well, you need to. You probably be a lot cleaner, and you'll be a lot happier and a lot healthier. But we're not going to start in the water field, but we are going to go through the elements and talk about a bath that you can take using each one of the elements. Talking about Mother Earth. See, I'm telling you, Mother Earth is giving you what you need. We're going to give you 4 different baths that you can take that will raise your vibrational altitude. When you raise your vibrational altitude, you raise everything that is connected to it, which is your love, your relationships, your money, your health, your physical health, your financial health, your emotional health. All of this is tied to your spiritual health. So if we take better care of our spiritual hygiene, I think that we will have better experiences overall. And I'm not saying your life is bad. Wherever you are in life, you can always take stuff up a notch. You can always take it up a level. Okay. So one day I'm going to ask you one thing. We may have even mentioned this already. And if I have, hey, repetition is the best way we learn, correct? All right. So we're going to talk about wind bathing to start off. Wind bathing is the easiest, because if you're anywhere where the wind blows, and I believe that is everywhere on the earth, I don't think there's anywhere where the wind does not blow. And a lot of times we might find ourselves complaining when the wind is blowing, because it might be blowing something out of our hands. It used to blow my hat off my head. Very annoying. But now that I understand the power of the wind and what it can do for me and my vibrational altitude, that changes the game. I approach wind in a whole different manner, with a whole different attitude. I now have an attitude of gratitude when the wind is blowing. When the wind is blowing real hard, I now take that as an opportunity to close my eyes and feel the wind blowing. And when you're feeling the wind blowing, there's a multitude of thoughts that can run across your mind. First, you can think that Mother Earth is kissing me. Feel those kisses all over your cheeks, all over your face. I don't know if you've ever been kissed all over your face. It's something I love to do to my lovers. I love to kiss them all over their face, because it's a wonderful feeling to feel that. So imagine that this is Mother Earth kissing you all over your face, maybe even all over your body, pouring love into you, cleansing you. Imagine that that wind is washing you and washing away anything that has been bothering you, that has you stressed out, that has you tense. It could be just, you got a bad attitude today, and it might be because of somebody inside or in the other room. Use that opportunity to wash that bad attitude away. Use that opportunity to cleanse away and ask your God, your higher power, your source energy, universe, call it what you want, higher self. I don't judge, but I do include. But imagine that you are saying thank you. Give thanks and praise for this opportunity to be cleansed. And ask for the universe to take away what no longer serves you and your highest and greatest good. Make the ask, because ask and we shall receive, right? So make the ask of the wind. Sometimes if you're having a low vibrational day and you're on a low energy day, you can ask the wind to empower you. Say, listen, I need that strength that you have that blows oceans, that blows the deserts across oceans. I need that power today. Then you can also remember that you have that same power inside of you. And maybe you can blow some of your wind into the wind, giving thanks and giving some wind back. This might sound crazy, and it's okay. You might even be like, I don't know if I'm tuned into the right show. You're tuned into the right show. Just trust me. Today, when that wind blows, if you only do this for 5 seconds, you do it for 13 seconds, you really own and popping, because that's going to just lead you to another better feeling, idea, and thought and vibration. It's all about feelings, y'all. It's all about feeling good, feeling great. Forget feeling good. Let's feel great, because the greater you feel is the greater experiences that you will attract into your life. So let's move on to my next spiritual bath, so I don't hop on the soapbox up here today. So the next one is using fire and earth, burning stuff. So there's the idea of smudging that you see going around. You see everybody with their sage bundles. I should have brought one in here for you. There's different types of sage, but the main thing is just some plain old sage will cleanse the energy around you. So you can do this by yourself in your room, but please open up a window and let that bad energy out. Because what I have learned working with a lot of my clients is that they were smudging or saging, burning sage, but they were sitting in the smoke. I'm like, that's sitting in the funk. That's sitting in the SHIT. No, let that out the window. Open the doors and let it out. So that way you can first just cleanse the energy. After you've been arguing with somebody, been arguing with your boo, arguing with a coworker, you might need to go in the car and sage a little bit. Do what you got to do. Make the space, create the space. We can create spiritual space no matter where we are. You can create spiritual space in a bathroom stall, taking some deep breaths. But create the space and cleanse the space. It will immediately make you feel better. And it'll chase away the people who are not meant to be in your space. Now that's a little side note about sage. Burn some sage and it'll chase the wrong folks out the door. They be like, ooh, that stink. That's how you know they ain't vibrationally in alignment with you. Now the person that says, ooh, that smells so good, whether they know what it is or not, that is a high vibrational person. So now once we have burned that sage, now we have to replace that space, because we cleansed it. But if you just leave it wide open, anything can happen. A negative vibration can come and fill that thing up and have a gangster party in there on you. But what we can do instead is we can burn an incense. We can burn a candle. You can burn your essential oils if you have a diffuser. You can definitely burn Palo Santo. I love Palo Santo, which means holy wood. I got my first piece of Palo Santo from a Catholic church. So if you're Christian, know that this is not going against your Christian ways, okay? They burn stuff in the church. They burn candles in the church. They burn frankincense and myrrh in the church because it sets a vibration. It also can help you if you're working with a certain issue. If you're working with confidence, there's certain things that you can burn that will increase your confidence. If you are stressed out and your anxiety is through the roof, burn some sandalwood and see how it calms you down. We have to use our spiritual tools out here, because we don't need to be out here taking pills and taking drinks to try to cope with life, when we can burn something so simple and so much cheaper and feel better almost instantly. We have to do this. Now, you cannot do it, please believe it. You can keep on battling life and wondering why this is happening to you. Like you were feeling good and you went to the store or you went somewhere and now you come home feeling all vibrationally yucky. That's because spirits transfer. And you pick up spirits when you're out here roaming around with people. When you're shaking hands with folks, be careful who you hug, because you're picking up their energy. Energy is not created nor destroyed, it is only transferred. And you can easily pick up the vibration in the room and take it home with you. That's why it's important that we sage on a regular basis, especially if you are somebody that is in the helping profession and you help people, whether you're a therapist, a counselor, a coach. Do that to get their yucky energy off you. Don't take that home with you. Or when you get home, cleanse it off of you. Y'all worried about a little virus and stuff, cleaning them. No, clean the energy off you. It clean that too, but whole nother conversation. I'm gonna try to stick to what we came to talk about today so we don't run out of time. So the next thing on my list is how we can bathe using the earth, and that is tree bathing. You always hear hippies talking about tree bathing. Tree bathing is a wonderful experience. I think we talked about this last week, and it's okay. I told you we're going to be reiterating some things. This must be a time where we need to be really focusing on our vibrational state. We're at a halfway mark in the year. And this is where you really have to pay attention to what's working and what's not working. And if things haven't been working for you, maybe you can try this and hopefully this will work for you. But let's do some tree bathing, which is nothing but just go sit near a tree. Now, if you can go to a park full of trees, whoo-wee, that's really going to change the game. Just sit there. That's all you got to do is just sit there. You can talk to them if you want. They like to be talked to. We talked about that earlier in our food for thought. Talk to the trees. Tell the trees what's going on. Tell the trees your problems. They're not going to tell nobody. They're not going to blast you on the internet, on social media. Okay? They're not going to judge your problems or judge what you're saying. It's such a judgment-free zone to sit there and talk to a tree. It sounds crazy. It sounds like, man, talk to a tree. Do you want me? You want the people to call the people on me, huh? No. That's why you need to go out in the forest, because other people out there, they know what's going on. But go sit amongst the trees and allow them to cleanse you. Allow them to raise your vibrational altitude just because their vibration is so high. The trees don't have anything to worry about. So their vibration remains at a peak. And when you come around high vibrational beings, and a tree is a high vibrational being, you automatically feel that. So go ahead and tap into that energy. Tap into that healing energy. Are you dealing with any kind of sickness or illness, any kind of dis-ease? Go sit with the trees and be there for 20 minutes. Set your timer. And after those 20 minutes, then you can go on about your business and do whatever it is you're going to do. But I guarantee, excuse me, I guess I'm not supposed to say guarantee on air. I'm just going to say that there's a great chance that you will feel tremendously better after sitting with the trees for a while and just being there. Don't do anything. Put your phone down. Put your phone on do not disturb on airplane mode, matter of fact, because some people will bust through I do not disturb. But just be there and just be. You have time because you got time to scroll on social media. You got time to talk on your friend and gossip. You got time for stuff that does not serve your highest and greatest good. Then you have time to go sit with the trees for 20 minutes. Make it a commitment. Make it a priority. Make your spiritual hygiene a priority. Make it a highest priority as you do your regular hygiene. If taking baths or showers and being smelling good and stuff is important to you, make this just as important. Is putting on your whole face of makeup or having your beard and your hair just right important? Make this just as important. Your spiritual hygiene, spiritual grooming is necessary for high vibrational experiences. Being a millionaire and being a billionaire is a high vibrational experience. And it requires you to do the work to keep yourself at what they call peak state. And these are things that we can do very simply, very easily to put ourselves in a peak state. Peak state brings peak experiences. And so if you're tired of rolling around in the valley and want to be on top of the mountain, here are some things that you can do so you can vibrationally be on top of things. When we are vibrationally on top of things, it makes the other occurrences in life easier. So that way, when something does hit the fan, you're ready, you're prepared. When you do have a low vibrational person or experience that comes your way, you're ready. And you almost kind of like shake it off. It's like water rolling off a duck's back. It's not going to stay. It's going to keep on going because you were made for this. You were equipped for this. And if you weren't, that experience came to equip you with the tool you needed. We need spiritual tools just as much as we need hammers and saws. We need toothbrushes and makeup brushes. We need tools to keep our vibrational altitude on fleek. We need to stay lit, vibrationally lit out here, and not allow what's happening around us, within us, to bring us down. So the last bath, people, I see this on social media all the time. You see the girls with all the candles and the flowers and the herbs and the water. And you probably think this is some old witchy, magicy stuff. No, this is vibrational cleansing. This is self-love. All of this is self-love. It's not the eyelashes and the lace fronts. It's not buying yourself the latest gadget. This is self-love. Taking the time to invest in your vibration. This is real deep self-love, okay? So when you want to take a spiritual bath, this is not just for ladies. This is for everyone. First and foremost, I smudge the space. We want to clean that space. Not just clean the tub with your cleaner, but clean the air in that space. You want to set the space for what it's going to be. Dim the lights, light some candles, play some music, play some nice spa music, play some frequency music, play healing music, and take the time to be in the tub, not to cleanse yourself like getting clean for the day, but to cleanse off what no longer serves you, to soak it off. Because just the same way when we take a bath, there are some places sometimes we may or may not get in the shower. There's some places we may not get doing some of our spiritual work. But if you are sitting in a bath of water with pink Himalayan salt, yes, please, must, okay, absolute must, pink Himalayan salt. And you can add some other salts in there. I definitely highly recommend Epsom salts because they make you feel good. Definitely add some essential oils like eucalyptus or lavender. If you need some uplifting, go for more of a citrusy, like lemon, orange. Go ahead and slice up some oranges and put them in the water. You get a bouquet of flowers, they're starting to go bad. Go on and cut the tops off and put the tops of those flowers in your bath. You're deserving of this. If you feel like I can't afford no bouquet of flowers, then you take yourself to the Mexican market and you get you some dried roses. That cost about $1 and some change, maybe $2 at most. You are worth this. Take the time to be in that bath for a minimum of 20 minutes. And when you are bathing, we're not bathing with soap. We're bathing with all the oils and the salts that are in the water. And you're going to wash yourself as that you were made in the image and likeness of a God, because you were. So bathe yourself as such. Remind yourself that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And sometimes you need to be a human and have a spiritual experience to remind yourself of who you are and where you came from. To remind yourself that you are worthy to be touched in such a way, that you are worthy to have this time for yourself. You are worthy than so much more than what you have been giving yourself. You give it to other people, but do you give it to yourself the same way? Some of us give gifts out like a mug, but don't even give gifts to ourselves. You are deserving of a gift for you. Send yourself a card. Let's start looking at how we can start loving ourselves better all the time. Let's see how we can start taking time for ourselves the way we take time for other people. Let's be sure that we are beginning to be more committed to ourselves than we are to other people. Do your best with you and not just with others. We can apply the 4 agreements to ourselves. I don't know where this just came from, but bear with me. We got a couple minutes left. I never thought about that we can apply the 4 agreements to ourselves. The 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions and always do your best. But I never thought about how we can apply these things to ourselves. Be impeccable with your word. Talk nice to yourself. Stop coming down so hard on yourself, because I know that you have, because you feel like you belong further along in life. I don't know who this message is for, But you're exactly where you should be, and it's okay. And tell yourself that you're doing just fine, first and foremost. So be kind to yourself with your self talk and with the words you say out your mouth. Stop calling yourself stupid. Stop calling yourself these words that really don't apply to you just because you are going and bumping through life. Secondly, don't take the things that you're doing personally. We do stuff to ourselves sometimes on accident. So stop doing taking it so personal. Stop doing the things like taking yourself personal when you're not meeting goals for other people because you're having such a bad day. Give yourself some grace. Don't assume that you are the person for the job. Don't assume that you got it right. Don't assume that you got it wrong. Don't assume that failure is awaiting you because failure is and it's a stepping stone towards success. And lastly, do your best for you. Do your best for you. Do your best to you. Be your best self for you. It'll make you be your better self for other folks, but focus on you. If nothing else today, focus on being nice to you. Nice to you and nice to the plants because I've already gave you instructions to be nice to the plants today and to be nice to the earth. But be nice to you because you deserve it. Be loving to you because you deserve it. You deserve the best this world has to offer, and you deserve the best that you have to offer you. So give it to yourself. Just a reminder, we tune into this show every single week so we can work on being 1% better in one area of our life every single day. My hope, my intentions are that you picked up at least one nugget today to apply to today, and hopefully a few more nuggets that you can apply to the days to come. So I'll see you next week. Reach out to me and let me know what stuck out to you. Which bath sound the craziest to you, and which is the one that you're like, I'm immediately doing this? Hit me up on Instagram, Mimi the Motivator. I love to hear from you. And I know my coaches are probably tired of hearing this conversation about spiritual bathing and raising our spiritual vibration. So I just got to give a shout out to all my coaches that have been training with me for the last couple of months. There are some phenomenal coaches that are about to hit the industry, about to hit the scene, and about to transform the game. So I appreciate anybody who has tuned in with me live. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next week. Be happy. Be healthy. Definitely. Please.